Welcome back to the PTSD Princess Podcast. I'm Jerica Rose, your host. I survived homelessness, sexual and verbal abuse. I'm here to guide you through your healing, growth, and reclaiming your self-love. So let's dive in. Hey, welcome back to the PTSD Princess Podcast. I'm Jerica Rose, your host, and today I want to talk about boundaries made simple. If you are a part of this community, if you listen to this podcast, I am expressing boundaries for sure. Setting you up for this year, new boundaries, 2025. Stand on not your business, well, that too, but stand on your boundaries. Because stand on your boundaries, that means you're not gonna let nobody get in your way, and you just gonna soar. You're gonna get to that next level if you just cut out all the bullshit and just get right to it. So the problem is it's complicated for setting boundaries. That's the real problem. And I'm always bringing up my therapy sessions. I went to therapy July of 2024. Now, that lady, she was a Black lady. And I told her when I first got there, I don't really trust you like that. Like, I'm not really into telling people how I feel, being vulnerable, and just letting people know what it is. Like, no, just ain't that type of party. But God put me there. He broke me down. He stripped me from everything. And I was landed in that office. And when I got there, I was so nervous. And she was like, oh, you'll be fine. We're going to process your emotions. I'm going to have you do homework every week for 6 weeks. And mind you, I hate homework. Like school, I cheated a lot. I sat by the smart kids. Like, I ain't give a fuck. I don't want to say I was a rebel, but I kind of was a rebel because I didn't like to listen to authority. I damn sure didn't like to be in the house a lot. So yes, I had a crazy life set up for me until God sat me down. So it lots of things were, he was planning lots of things inside of me I had to sit down eventually. Especially coming out of that homeless shelter. That was the wake up call for me. Like, no, I'm not raising my kids like this. I get the whole living off of government assistance, and that's just a temporary thing. Like, for the time being, but no, we're getting off of that shit. We're getting off of food stamps. We're getting off of all of it, But hey, we're going to make it do what it do. We're going to make it happen. We're going to stand on our boundaries. So the first tip I want to leave with you is focus on one priority area where you feel the most drained. So if somebody is constantly nagging or complaining and it's draining you, that's where you need to stand your ground, stick up for yourself, and set that boundary. It's okay. You could be like, say for instance, if it's your partner, you could just say, babe, this is really making me anxious, or this is really making me feel bad on the inside. You could say that, and you'll be surprised how your partner will treat you after that. Because when I first met my boyfriend, like the one I'm with now, my lover, I was not of a soft girl. Like, I wanted him to do what I say. I wanted to wear the pants. Like, I just was a rough cookie, So it took a lot of going to therapy, going to, talking to different women, and just like listen to all these stories. And I had to really get humbled by God because, like I said, I talked about it in the previous podcast episode. I grew up with a single mom. So all I know is do it for yourself. You don't need no man. Just keep going. But it's like, hold up. I got kids. I don't want to do all this by myself. Like, no, it's not normal. It's not cute. And I'm not praising it. So I would rather have a man in the household. So yes, if your partner is treating you like shit, friend, cousin, brother, sister, whatever, stand on that boundary, stick up for yourself, and set a clear one. And the second tip is to use the I statement. So like I was saying, remember, talk to your partner or whoever's making you feel drained. Talk to them. Say, I feel. And don't say like, oh, you always, like whenever you like talk about them when you're actually having the problem yourself, it kind of backfires. So if you just say like, I feel this way, then, the conversation will be a whole lot different. So that's tip number 2. Now, tip number 3, keep it short and firm. So avoid over explaining. Now, if it's going back to your partner, If you're making you feel bad, don't say you're making me feel bad. This is why you're not shit. And like, no, pipe it down, pipe it down. And if you're like me, you got a temper, you're a little hot headed. It'll take some time, to calm your nerves, to work on your nervous system. But that's what I'm doing as well. So you have my support. We're going to do this together. We're on this healing journey together, and we are going to walk in our soft girl era. Like we're going to do this. So keep it short and don't try to over explain yourself all the time. Like it's not needed. So yes, we are simplifying the process of setting boundaries and to make it feel natural. So yes, we're going to make them boundaries feel natural, and we are going to stick to our guns and don't let nobody walk over you. Stand up for yourself. If they call you a bitch, oh well. Those people that really love you, support you, want to be around you, know you, like you, you'll be fine. Ain't nothing to lose. At the end of the day, you still have you and God. So yes. Thank you for tuning into this episode. Don't forget to subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow if you're watching on the Spotify. I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.